I bet. What's up? uh, my name is Kobe Selby, and I am a poet, writer, songwriter, rapper, lyricist, overall cool guy. I don't know. Yeah, dude. Look, I'm up on the artist way, so I just wanna document my experience with this book. Obviously, I'm inspired by Dochi's kind of like vlog diary-esque thing that she did, and I wanted to try it out for myself, so I'm a few weeks in, full disclaimer, I'm a few weeks into the artist way already, and I just want to I want to talk about why I'm doing it, and then get into week one, and then obviously so on and so forth, with the other weeks. But first, why I want to do this is because I feel like I needed something to kind of chisel this new version of Kobe, when it comes to writing, when it comes to just creating overall. I feel like there was a lot of blockages I was facing, and so I copped The Artist Way by Julia Cameron, and it's been amazing. So like going forward, I'm just gonna be vlogging, and then at the same time I'm gonna be creating while I'm tapping into this to make it a portal of some sort, a self retreat, in therapy as well, something to heal me, because I do feel like I need some healing, and but yeah, that's what we on. So The Artist Way. Thus far, give me a second. Dang it. I need to get my journal, man. I've been journaling as well. It's been encouraged to journal in the book, in The Artist Way. So give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm going to go get my journal. Freaking journey. Oh my gosh. Yeah. This is the journal I use. It took way too long. Alright. But yeah, this is the journal I've been journaling in for The Artist Way. Mrs. Cameron suggests that every day, wake up, do 3 pages minimum of a stream of consciousness, of just letting whatever's in your head onto the page. And that's what I've been doing, and it's been very helpful, especially as a writer, as a creative writer. And I kind of interpret it as just 3 pages minimum. Um, but yeah, let me get into this, man. This the first chapter um the first chapter was about, give me a second. It was about recovering a sense of safety. But before getting into that, in the basic tools section, um dude, she and there's a lot of things that she wrote, and going forward, I'm gonna do better on summarizing like what I learned in each chapter. But I don't want to take too long because this is sort of a preliminary vid. Um, but what I learned, what I really took from the basic tools section was like, hey, you're not too late. You're not too late to start. You're not too late to jump. You're not too late to go for it. And in the past, and as I go on, I'm gonna share a lot about me and about my story and about who I am and what I aspire, yada yada yada. But like, for the longest time, I've been feeling like I'm late, and it's like, late to what? Like, there's no box. So like, one thing that I took heed to when she said that was like, um, and she didn't even write this in the basic tool section. This was in the section before the basic tool section. Yeah, so like she said, stop telling yourself it's too late. And that resonates. For the longest time, I've been feeling like I'm late. Late to what? Behind who? I feel like time is relative. Time is how you see it. Like, time is what you make of it. Time, all we got is time. You feel me? How you claim your reality is how you claim your reality. So, saying that, you're not too late to become a rapper. You're not too late to step into to draw your first realistic portrait. You're not too late to publish a book. You're not too late to start that business, to make that business plan, to go back to school. You're not too late to go travel the world. You're not too late to fall in love again and again and again. You're not too late to forgive yourself. You're not too late to keep coming up with ideas. We're here. We live on a rock. We live on a planet that is in a void, a vast universe. You can do whatever you want. You're not too late. And I took heed to that. So I just wanted to share that. The second thing, that in the basic tools section, she talked about having a sensor, having this voice, especially when you're about to endeavor into whatever creative practice or creative project. And there's this voice in your head that's saying like, man, that was some booty. Like, that was some ass. Like, that line was some ass. This is what she wrote verbatim though. She was like, we are victims of our own internalized perfectionist, a nasty, internal, eternal, and eternal critic, the censor who resides in our left brain and keeps up a constant stream of subversive remarks that are often disguised as the truth. For an example, she says, the censor says wonderful things like, you call that writing? What a joke. You can't even punctuate. You haven't done it by now. You never will. You can't even spell. What makes you think that you can be a creative? Just language like that. And she then goes on to say, your censors' negative opinions are not the truth. They're not true. All those negative voices, all those negative affirming language is not true. It ain't true. Like, it's not true. And I heed to that so well. I heed to that very deeply because I have given in to that in the past, and it's annoying. It is annoying because it stifles you, and then now you're just in this rut. So going forward, she also like suggests that you create a sensor, that you have a sensor, like a visual sensor. It can be whatever you think it is. So I'm gonna be doing that, like having some visual. I'm gonna create a visual of like just this image of a just a very annoyingly, depiction or cartoon, whatever, that just gets to you. That makes you question you. Like that has that what am I trying to say? That just visualizes what that sensor looks like, that negative Nancy or whatnot. You feel me? So I'm gonna be doing that. Yeah. So in week 1, there's a lot of things in the basic tools section that I like, but I suggest getting the artist way if you can, bro. Like, this has been very helpful thus far. I've learned a lot about myself. But the first week was about week 1 was about recovering a sense of safety, and this is what she wrote in week 1. This week initiates your creative recovery. You may feel both giddy and defiant, hopeful and skeptical. The readings, tasks, and exercises aim at allowing you to establish a sense of safety, which will enable you to explore creativity with less fear. So that's what it was all about in week 1, and just kind of identifying with being a shadow artist, or being a shadow artist. And what I took from that is an artist who knows they're an artist, who knows their potential as an artist, and yet they kind of succumb and submit to a path that isn't their heart's calling. Specifically, she writes something that really resonated. She was like, young writers may be pushed toward lawyering, a talky, wordy profession, or into medical school because they're so smart. And so the child who is himself a born storyteller may be converted into a gifted therapist who gets his stories secondhand. Too intimidated to become artists themselves. And that's bull. That's bull. I'll be, and I'm sorry, but I'll be damned if I know what I'm called to do, but yet I'm living through that calling vicariously through other things and other means. And I ain't gonna lie, I've already sort of done that, and I see how that, like, I've done a lot of consuming of art and creativity and not a lot of creating, and that bothers me. Sorry, I'm just checking something. Sorry, got distracted. So yeah, there's that. I took note to that because I identify with that as an artist. Like, I compare myself to artists and I watch their work, and then I'm be like, man, I look at it and I'm like, man, it must be nice. Must be nice being on that stage in front of millions of people, or thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, and rapping your heart out or singing your heart out. Or it must be nice being in front of all those people and just spitting the words that you want to spit. Because I love poetry. Like, I love the language arts. I love it, like, to death. Like, ever since I was a kid, I've loved creating worlds with words. And like, I love and I aspire to be a creative professional and someone who lives through their art, not through anyone's work, not through anyone else's, lifestyle and whatnot, but my work. as an artist. And um like I aspired to make my own album. Like I've dreamt of making a debut album, and as I do this, like I'm gonna be documenting that process too, and just like what that journey entails and the ups and downs of all this, because I know this is not an easy journey by any means, and it hasn't been for me. This has been hard. Like this has been very hard to kind of like get some footing into the profession that I want. I aspire to be a rapper. I want to rap. I want to tour. Like I want to do all of that. Like I don't want a rapper's lifestyle per se, but I want to be an MC. Like I am an MC. You feel me? Like I am an MC. I am a songwriter. I am a creative director. Like I know I got that in me just based upon my past experiences. So I just say that to say like I'm not a shadow artist. I'm an artist that knows who he is. She says some other things that I want to share. She also talks about like protecting your inner child as an artist. She says it's called like she labels it or titles it as the protecting the artist child within. I'm gonna just share. I don't care. Shadow artists did not receive sufficient nurturing. I highlighted this, and she said that because it takes nurturing to be an artist. And in the past, like I guess in my developmental stages of life, like I felt like I wasn't really taken care of, or I didn't nurture it. I didn't nurture my gifts properly. So maybe I'm experiencing these setbacks and whatnot, because I haven't been consistent, and nor have I felt consistency, if that makes sense. So there's that aspect, and that really resonated. She writes, in order to move from the realm of shadows into the light of creativity, shadow artists must learn to take themselves seriously. With gentleness, of course, but if you want to be an artist, you gotta be serious about it. Period. There's a lot of things that she said, and I don't want to take too long. This video is already kind of long. She also says, remember that in order to recover as an artist, you must be willing to be a bad artist. Give yourself permission to be a beginner. And then over time, you gonna get in the flow and whatnot. But I like, yeah, you gotta just take that leap. Like, just write, just rap, just go, just play, and then as you go, you'll figure it out. The human brain, social media did, like, it's so ubiquitous. So we all know that, like, we create new neural pathways as we go and as we grow. Like, neuroplasticity is real. So it's like, as you tap into whatever you're tapping into, your brain is going to figure out ways to manipulate it to your liking, manipulate it to, or not even manipulate it to strengthen it, where you're now at a different level with your creativity, right? There's so many things that she said that resonates, man, and I'm already taking way too long with this video, but I want to get into the and as I go with these videos,